What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Professor Pete, man. I'm here today with some Black business owners, Black in Business. Classroom Concerts presents Black in Business. And today we have Trilogy Point Logistics chopping it up with us, man. So it's dope. I actually went to TSU. So I actually know a couple of y'all, man, but it's just dope to be able to talk to y'all. Happy to see that y'all succeeding in what y'all doing. So can we just start it off and y'all tell us, what would y'all say that y'all do?
Nia?
Look, Malik,
Nia, you run everything, I see.
Nia run everything, man. I'm just here so I don't get fired.
So Nia, what do you tell people that y'all do?
Essentially, I just let them know that we are a Black-owned business who we own a fleet, so we have a transportation company and we're in the business of logistics, and we're just trying to generate being this young, we're just trying to start those, generate those streams of income. So, and right now this is one of those one of the ventures that we're on. So that's pretty much what I tell them.
Okay. And so do any of y'all drive trucks?
Malik.
So
Not with a CDL, Peter. It actually is funny because one day we had to move the truck for something. And where we had the truck parked, it was a huge parking lot. I'm like, man, I just wonder if I can move this truck. And I'm like, what can go wrong? Ain't nothing else in this parking lot but me and this truck. So I figured out how to drive. I taught myself how to drive the truck in the parking lot. But now, as far as having a CDL, no, none of us have it.
Okay. So y'all hired all y'all drivers on?
Correct.
Yes, sir. Okay. That's what's up. And so how is it I'm sure probably all of y'all have had a 9 to 5 working for someone else before.
I still work it.
We still work.
Yeah. And so can y'all kind of y'all see a big difference between writing the checks and having the checks written to you?
Right.
Definitely, man. I say this. I say I still work my 9 to 5 because my 9 to 5 it's not draining. It's something I enjoy doing. So currently I work as a graduation coach at North Crowley High School. Basically, I'm working with students who are at risk of not graduating. So being able to give back to the community, being able to give back to young African Americans, because most of those at-risk students are young African Americans, and being able to hear them come to the office and say, hey, Mr. E, you on a truck company, man, I'm trying to get my CDL. Yeah. And so let them know, hey, I went to college, but you don't have to go to college just to make money. I will say this though, just because that money coming in, it's seeing that money go out when you got to write them checks. It's different. So I like being on the receiving end of it.
And seeing them, because I know that trucking industry, man, that overhead ain't no pump. No matter what you do, you can put it on a plane, you can put it on a boat, you can put your product wherever, but it's gonna have to get to the store. And it's only one way to do that, and that's with a truck. It seems like y'all started a business that kind of was, I don't want to say for sure because nothing is for sure, but did y'all feel like when y'all were going to this was something that would most likely be something that y'all would stick to and that it would actually work?
Yeah.
Doubt it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I mean, because if you're going to do something, put your money into an investment, I expect for everybody to have this type of mindset. You trying to make it work, you're going to give it your all to make it go through. Okay. You just want to just dump a lot of money into something you're not passionate about doing. And one thing we're passionate about doing is creating generational wealth. Like Malik said, when COVID-19 came, wasn't nothing moving but those trucks. And what those trucks generating? Income. So that means your pockets never stop moving. So that's something that we was always looking into, trying to create that generational wealth. And we passionate about our brand, we're passionate about our business because we put our name behind something, we want it to be successful.
Okay, Nia, I wanted to ask you a question since they work in their job still, so they putting everything on you kind of. How many hours do you work a week? I like to ask that question to entrepreneurs because it's a lot of people out here who feel like, man, I'm gonna start my own business so I can just work what I want to and basically do what I want to. How many hours do you think you put in a week?
way over 40. It's Saturday and Sunday included. Ain't no Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. It's like 24/7, literally. And like to keep you like it's hard to get a good driver. And in order to keep a good driver, you got to keep that driver happy. So like my drivers know if they call me at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, my phone, I always keep it on loud. I've always done that. And so like it was like normal for me to hear my phone, go off, and I'm always like tending to it. So like if my driver called me at 3 a.m., I'm gonna get them an answer like ASAP. I'm gonna wake everybody up that I need to wake up to make sure that my driver got that question answered. So it's never ending. I can't even put a number on it, but I can say like it's over 80 because like 8 to 5 ain't gonna cut it. I got a driver. If the load delivers at 7 a.m., he's there at 4. And he's like texting me saying, hey, I'm here, da da da. And he's not expecting a text back, but just out of like, just out of respect, I'm gonna do my best to just acknowledge the message, letting him know, like, hey, got it, like you there,
I wanted to ask y'all about as far as being Black in the trucking industry. Do y'all feel it's important as Black people to be truck owners in the industry and not just drivers? And do y'all feel any type of responsibility as Black people in this industry?
I feel like any business, any endeavor, anything that a Black person want to do, they should be the owner. And that's not just with trucking, that's with everything that you want to do in life. Clothing, trucking, real estate, franchises, whatever you want to do. It don't matter the race, but if you're Black, I think you should take responsibility and carry yourself in a business-like manner to like try to push yourself to get it done.
Most of the younger people I know in the trucking industry own their own trucks now. Like Nia, actually, do you have something to say from a black woman perspective?
I do. I was gonna say I feel the same way as Malik and Marcus, but sometimes I feel like I was just thinking today how like we're in 2022, but like we're still hearing the first black.
Yeah.
So it's like with so many like African Americans getting into the whole, like we're in a new era where like, okay, our ancestors just got out of slavery, they're doing this. Now we're becoming educators, we're getting those college degrees, and now like we're becoming business owners. It's literally not meant for everybody. Like everybody doesn't have that mindset. So don't mess it up. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
If you know you can't handle it, do not jump into that, because it's a representation of all of us essentially. Like even though there's billions of African American, people, it's just like it's such a small percentage of us represented in businesses worldwide. So
I know everybody's not an entrepreneur, but I'm speaking to those that are. Like people go to school majority of their life to learn skills and learn trade, to work and graduate college to go work for somebody else, to build somebody else's dream. I feel like people should take that time when they graduate, or when they decide that they want to go into business, they should take that same type of effort and energy and to invest into their own dream, to build their own dream up. That same time you spend in grade school and college and high school, take that time and that energy and put that back into your business to make your business successful. And that's basically what we doing. We start from the ground up. We're not worried about the time scale and what's in front of us. We looking at it as what's in front of us, we're gonna go get it. Like if an obstacle comes, we're gonna knock it down, because that's the same thing when you go to college, you looking to graduate. Anything in between that or outside of those lines is a distraction. You got to overcome that to cross that stage, to walk across that stage with your degree. So into business, in the business world, you want to become $1 million business, you got to put that time and effort and dedicate your time to overcome the obstacles that's in front of you to knock them goals down.
Yeah, and it make me think about when y'all bought the truck and y'all next day y'all got to spend $3,000 more on it. And I feel like, man, a lot of times it's discouraging, but it can break you, and because you're already stepping out on faith. You putting your hard-earned money up to do something that you don't know is gonna work, and then as soon as you get it, it's like, damn, like I gotta spend another $3,000. Like what the hell?
For real.
That was literally what I said.
Yeah, like I done been there, bro. Like
we got bills and everything, car notes, insurance on our house, everything.
And that's just it seems like that's the price of doing business. Like it seems like the universe tests you. I'm speaking from my experience, like getting into something it seems like it's never just like, bam, I hop into it and it's like, oh yeah, it's all good, it's flowing smooth. Like, it's just always something that's gonna happen where it's like, do you really want to do this? Like, you gonna really keep going? Because you can quit right now. You know it ain't gonna get no easier. Last thing I wanted to touch on is college. You know, people go to college, especially our generation. We done went to college. Our parents pushed college on us, and we not in that field. But it's some things like me. I know I picked up some things in college that actually prepared me to be able to go into the business world and even organizations, even more so, that I joined. So if y'all could speak on that.
College, it was a huge blessing for me. I definitely would not trade my experience in college for anything for the world. I mean, that's how I met Marcus and that's how I met Nia. I remember Marcus when he was a freshman. I think I was like a junior or something, and somebody introduced me to Marcus. And Marcus had goals in his mouth.
What?
Marcus had goals in his mouth. He was wearing rings on every finger. He was if you pull up Dallas, you was gonna see Marcus. like I'm like, man, who is this kid, man? Like, this kid cocky. And so I told him one day, I said, because he wanted to get involved. I said, hey man, I said, like, I ain't trying to tell you what to do. I said, man, you need to tone it down a little bit. I said, don't let people know what you got. And so ever since then, like,
that was Malik.
Yeah, that was in 2016, man. It's just that bond that we created. Like, we literally had that brother, sister, that relationship, like me and Nia, like boyfriend and girlfriend. But that's like, at the end of the day, like, that's my dog. Like that's my dog. Marcus, my dog. And so it's just, I'm forever grateful for it. Not using my degree in anything. It's not related to the trucking. It's not related to what I'm doing right now. But I'm definitely grateful for the experiences that Texas Southern gave me as far as leadership with SGA and all that kind of stuff. It definitely prepared me. I think it prepared me essentially to be able to run a business.
Marcus with the pearly whites, bro. He got the
man, it's crazy on my end because I wasn't gonna go to college at first. I didn't know what college was, man. I graduated high school with a 1.9 GPA. TSU was the only place I ever applied to, and that's because my guidance counselor, she was like, hey, Marcus, what you gonna do when you graduate? Like, I'm looking at the military. I'm looking at, like, the dudes in my neighborhood as hustlers. I'm looking like, dang, what I'm gonna do? Like, what's next for me? You know what I'm saying? So she's like, I'm gonna help you apply to this school. I said, I bet, help me. I mean, what we could do? So it's 2 weeks before I graduated high school. She helped me apply to TSU, accepted me. I took a trip down to TSU for orientation. I walked on the Tiger Walk. I was like, oh yeah, this my field right here. Like, this, they ain't had a Dallas dude come on here yet. I'm gonna come on, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come on here and work out. So I feel like TSU was home, and I went to orientation. I was like, oh yeah, this is my type of speed. You know what I'm saying? I come from Dallas, like, this is my speed right here. So over to TSU, majored in kinesiology. But during that time, I met Malik and Nia, and I'm grateful. And I got a chance to expand my network and be exposed to different type of opportunities that I never would have been exposed to if I never went to college. So I'm forever grateful for that experience. But no, I am not using my major at this current moment. I'm currently working in the IT field, and a job that you have to go to college and get a degree for. But I was just blessed the opportunity to be in the right place at the right time and meet the right person to get hired for this position. So I'm forever grateful for the opportunity. And yeah, I want to take back going to college because that's one of the best things I ever chose to do in my life.
Nia, ma'am?
I'm not doing anything related to my degree whatsoever. I majored in political science, and I did intend to go to law school, but that wasn't my route at all. I ended up getting my master's in public administration as well. And then I ended up in the career field of like education. I became a teacher and a coach. And that's when some things took place where I ended up like getting out of my contract, and it was like perfect timing. Like, God's timing was amazing, because around that same time, like, we were getting prepared for the truck. So it was like all my time was like free. So that's how I ended up here. And then another reason I ended up here as well is because I have these 2 degrees. I graduated like top of my class with my executive master's, but I could not land a job. And so it was like, I told Malik one day, like, I had got a rejection letter, like 100 million of them. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to put myself in a position again for these people to tell me no. Like, I'm just not doing it. I'm not sitting through another interview when I know I'm overqualified for the position and I know what I can bring to it. So it was just like, I'm going to take my knowledge and everything that I've gained from my degree, because even in the master's program, we do learn about like different budgeting, like, you know, for the city and stuff like that. So it was a lot of information that I applied to what I do now in the business. And so that also helped our mindset. Like, me and Marcus and Malik, I have a passion for kids, Marcus do as well. So it's like, we want to tap into our communities. I grew up on the east side of Fort Worth, Marcus, Dallas, Texas. So it's like, we around it. We want to expose what we did not have to our community. And we're going to help give them that mindset that we didn't have, so it's like applying our passion to the business, and we still educating the youth to go out. And college may not be for you, but I'm going to preach, at least go and try it.
Yeah.
You don't know who you're going to meet. The same people that we got coming to talk to these kids are the same people we went to school with. So it's like, the networking was amazing. The hardships at a HBCU,
Yeah.
everybody know how that go. Like, that gave us like learning how to fight through that adversity.
Yeah.
When it comes to dealing with these shippers or receivers, like trying to tell me what I'm gonna do. Like, no, I don't work for you. I work with you. So I'm gonna tell you what we gonna do, and y'all figure that out. So it helped. Like, I love my experience through college. I met my friends for life. Like, I wouldn't take it back at all.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. I thank y'all again, man. I hope I ain't hold y'all too long. But we got a lot of great information from y'all, man. I hope somebody watches this and really takes something from it and actually uses it, and it pushes them to go into an area that they never thought that they could get into, or that was probably intimidating. Yeah, man. Marcus, Malik, Nia, I thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Not just for getting on the show, but for being professionals and handling your business as professionals in this industry that y'all in, man. I appreciate y'all for being Black in business, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Nothing but love. As we like to say at Classroom Concerts, knowledge is known, love is shown. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, pop that Classroom Concert series tape in, man.